Hello and Happy New Year, Goddess. Here we go, here we go. I am so excited. Are you? Are you? Let's find out what is up with the Divine Feminine energy as we come into this fresh year, this fresh canvas, this clean slate. Of course, every day is a clean canvas upon which you can create your life, your experience here. The power, as I say around here, the power is in your hands, Goddess. And that's what we do here at Empowerment Experiences, is we recognize that very truth by looking for and finding our power all along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey. And for those on a twin flame journey, well, we're healing twin flames now that more and more truth, shall we say, is coming out about that concept and about ultimately how the entire world is your mirror. And as we come into this new year with this new perspective, this much broader, more Pegasus perspective, as I like to say, we are recognizing as Divine Feminines rising that there's so much available to you, and all you have to do is recognize for yourself the mirroring, what it's showing you. What is the world showing you? Is it showing you something positive? Is it showing you something negative? Is it showing you something that you need to amplify, something that you need to heal, something that you need to shift and grow into, something that you need to create? The entire world is your mirror, Goddess. So celebrate, celebrate with this new year, knowing that you're coming into this new year with this much more empowered perspective, recognizing that in every moment you are being shown exactly what you need in order to heal, grow, expand, or as I say, learn, grow, expand, and ascend. Healing is definitely in that, of course. So with that, my name is Rochelle Richard, and welcome, as I like to say, come with me into the forest for more than the trees. Let's discover and embrace all this intuition sees. Together we shall come to know that which we need to reclaim our goddess power on this divine journey indeed. Ooh, so with that, let us dive in and see, shall we? Super excited. Oh, we already have something jumping out. All right, and we are supposed to, we have two. As we're saying, celebrate, dance, move, really stir up that energy this year as we're again coming into this whole fresh new opportunity for you to create something, well, new. You are the catalyst. You are the one, Goddess, that gets to have it your way. So celebrate, dance, let go of, see, this is why dancing is important, not just for celebration reasons, obviously, but for clearing energy reasons. If things have been stagnant, which, there was quite a bit of time last year where for the Divine Feminine especially, things were so stagnant and you felt as though you were, well, rowing in place. You were on the bicycle workout machine and you were going nowhere fast, right? That is exactly how it felt for so much. And that even in those times when you knew that you were supposed to be just being, you felt like you wanted to be doing. But that's that breaking that. So perchance then the doing, it's just that energy needs somewhere to go. So as we come into this new year, again, a new perspective, when you feel that energy that needs somewhere to go after the learning of this last year, it's recognizing that it's going to pass because now there's movement. There's movement now. Once that which was once stagnant is now flowing and it's breathing. It's alive again. So dance into this new year. Use this movement, this new year, to recognize, to realize that through this dance, through this movement, you are moving that energy, this energy that wants you to be doing. And there's there's nothing for you to be doing and you just feel like you're, again, spinning your wheels in place, dance. That's the solution. That's where your power is in that space. Is when you feel, again, when you feel like taking action, this is the action. This is the action. As we come into this new year for the month of January, things settle down from the holidays, while at the same time, those things that have been finally unsticking themselves and gaining momentum, you're just supposed to ride the ride. That's your action. You're supposed to be feeling the vibe, raising your vibe, being in that feel-good space of trusting, goddess, that the universe is working in your favor, that the universe is actually doing work in your favor. And that means all the work that you were doing, you were turning, you were cranking that. Like, there's a reference recently with a soul sister of mine. We're talking about how things were just so stuck, and we were talking about the reference of cranking an old tractor, right? Where you just had to crank it, and it feels like you have to just work so hard to make it just a little bit. But now, guess what? It's going. So your action is just to ride the ride, to steer it, right? To make sure but now it's going. So you don't need to do much. You've been doing so much. So stop doing and just be in that energy of flow and surrender and dancing. Again, dancing is one of those energies, one of the surrender spaces. Is you're just having fun, you're in flow. That's what's going to allow for things to continue to flow as we move into this new year. These new energies, this whole new clean slate that you've got to write a whole new year for yourself. How's it going to go this year, huh? Goddess, how's it going to go? Oof. Well, right here, trust. For one, right, as we're saying, you've got to trust, the surrender and trust. You got to, in fact, I'm hearing the mantra. It's been a moment since I've been called to share it, and it is this. I trust, I surrender, I say yes. That is this new year, Goddess. You're barely steering the wheel. You're just driving. The path is laid out before you. The path to where you want to go and where you want to be, it's laid out before you. You just have to make sure you're driving in the direction that you need to go in, that the road is going in. And you're just going to trust that the path laid out before you, the path that you are being guided to go down, to steer your tractor, or your vessel, to steer yourself down this path. You are trusting that it's leading you to exactly where you want to go. And as you're going, like me, listen, when I'm driving, it's a whole party in my car normally. I got my music bopping, I'm singing, and I have my own little concert in the car. I have had strangers in the vehicle next to me go, I want to ride with you. You're having fun. Right? That is totally the image right now that I'm getting. And if you need to practice this space of surrendering and letting the universe, quote unquote, drive for you, steer you, guide you, like lead you down your path to really practice surrendering and being in the moment, being in this good energy, go put on some good music and just go cruise. Surely you've gone cruising before. I know, gas has come down. I don't even want to hear no lack talk, right? It's kind of like back talk. That's what lack talk is. Lack talk is back talk. Ooh, that's good. Lack talk is back talk to the universe. It's back talk to your abundance. Oh, well, wait a minute, but I don't have it. Just what? Why are you back talking? Because guess what? Now you're not getting it. You see? Right? Because you're not trusting it. You're not surrendering to it. You're not letting it in. And this year, Goddess, we're letting it in. That's why it starts with the whole dancing card. You're in it. You're enjoying life. You're moving your body. You're having fun, twerking it, dropping it like it's hot. Make sure you pick it back up. Don't want to get stuck again. Oh, I picked that up. It came out right side up. I just picked that up upside down because this year, This is the year after coming through this space, especially those of you with me on this twin flame journey, right? Coming through this space of falling into that trap of attachment and thinking there's just this one person and that my whole world revolves around this connection, and really truly it comes back home to the connection with me. That's what my world revolves around, is my connection with me, my connection with my power, my ability to show up in the world fully, wholly, and authentically me, and be who I've come to be, so that I can have the impact in this world and be of service in this world the way I'm supposed to, and have that fill my cup. But it has to start with you filling your cup. And that's what we're doing. We're again, that's what, especially, that's definitely what we're doing when we're in this dancing space. We ain't tripping on nothing. We are flowing, going and flowing, because we are loving ourselves more and more and more, knowing that, wow, it's all good. It's all good to go through this contrasted space of learning about twin flames and what that's about, of learning about my inner child and my traumas and my wounds and my sabotages, my sabotaging habits and patterns, right? The very things that basically cock block me from loving myself, right? We've been working so hard to break through those. And you have been. And that's why this new year, you've got to acknowledge for yourself. You've got to be the one to be in that space of savoring the journey now. Enjoying the ride. Oof, that's it. That's your action step, is enjoying the ride. You're dancing. Like, I'm dancing in the car, right? I'm going to be sitting there, but I'm dancing. Right? That's what you're being asked to do, is to truly just enjoy the ride. Trust that you have been doing the work and it is all paying off. Don't pay attention to the drama and chaos that's happening in the outside world. You've got to be the one that is raising your vibration and acknowledging that, but you still can thrive, while others feel like they are only allowed to survive. We create our realities. It's that simple, goddess. We do. Look at what you believe and look at what the life is that you're living. Right? And look at how really, truly good it is when you let yourself be in this feel-good space. You dance, you're having a great time. Look at how magical life becomes more and more. Not that it's not magical when we're going through the contrast. I mean, we can see the magic in it when we get to the other side of it and go, wow, holy wowzers, wow, ooh, that just taught me some shit. Wow, and I'm so much better for it. So much more wise and empowered because of it. What else? What else do we need to know for our divine feminine? Well, I guess no. We're needing to know where our power of surrender is at this time. Well, because we are talking a whole lot of surrender and trust. And, ultimately, you have power of surrender right off the bat in dancing itself. That is an act of surrender. That is surrendering energy. Because you have to, when you dance, you have to relax your body. You have to surrender to the movement, right? So we already have writing right off the bat that we're surrendering to the movement of dance, right? That's where some of your definite power of surrender is. And this one just flipped over at us. Well, that falls right in line, because again, to surrender to the movement, you can't be stubborn with it. You can't be resistant to it. You have to surrender to it, right? It says, if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Well, again, ultimately, we are grounding into and embodying and thus amplifying even more so our own self-love, because that, by example, we show others how to do the same. And there's a whole lot of negative talk about selfishness without the clarification between healthy selfish and unhealthy selfish. Of course, I am averse to unhealthy selfish. It's detrimental to all parties involved. But there is the healthy selfish side of things where you have to recognize for yourself that you have to give yourself what you need and not be so expectant of others outside of you to give you what you need, because so often, right, we are let down, and it's because we are looking to, well, there's the the lack talk, back talk kind of thing, where we're trying to operate from a space of lack. But if we are operating from a space of abundance, then we don't have this resistance. We're in that flow. We're dancing, we're moving, we're surrendering our resistance, our stubbornness. And we're surrendering into movement and flow and receiving. And we're surrendering to enjoying the ride. Because ultimately God is, and believe me, I am one where when I am in my shadow space, I do not feel this. However, I am always so quick to recognize when I have the privileged opportunity of sharing with a client or someone just on the street that we have the power to do this. We have the power to step into all that we've come here to be. And that ultimately wasn't even the message that I was about to be saying, but apparently that's the message that needed to be said right there. That was it. Enjoying the ride. Sometimes it doesn't feel like a very good ride. It's bumpy. I mean, sometimes we get in fender benders. And sometimes a little more extreme. Ultimately, though, we're learning as we go. We're gaining in understanding and wisdom, and we're expanding for ultimately Source, the universe, our own souls. And we can't expand if we're resisting the experience that we're here to experience. Again, we're passing through here, so our stay is temporary anyway, so you might as well learn how to enjoy the ride while you're here. And that, again, is what this start of the new year is about focusing on, because we don't know what this year is going to bring for us. We don't. But we sure can have an intentional hand in the creation of it and the results that we experience throughout the year by what we're choosing to focus on, by what we're choosing to create, by what we are allowing for ourselves to create for ourselves. Again, that self-love facet. How are you choosing to experience your experience? Are you resistant, stubborn, or are you allowing, and are you receptive and surrendering? Right? So that is our Power of Surrender card. Let's jump in here right quick because we love our angel numbers too. Yes, we do. I love that little rhyme. What? And we have drum roll. Ooh, 404. Let's see. I don't know if I was about to grab the cards there. 404. Angel number 404 says, all your challenges will be worth it, your perseverance rewarded. Oh my goodness, how perfectly aligned with the message of just sit back and enjoy the ride. Now let the universe do the quote heavy lifting. You're just gonna sit back on cruise control. Like I said, you're just on cruise control. You don't even need to put your pedal, your foot on the pedal. You're just on cruise control, and you're following the bends and curves and turns that the universe is now going to be showing you. Because if you're caught up in trying to control everything and overthink, then you're going to be missing turns. You're going to be missing some things, right? So now it's time to just let it come in. Cultivate inner power, anchor and expand that warrior goddess within. Right? So this comes down to embodying all of this abundance, embodying this energetic state of being. And that is, again, why dancing, why movement is your action for this new year, getting up and being active and making sure that that energy doesn't fall back into stagnation, because it could, if that's where you end up turning and focusing your attention and therefore your energy. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. 404 reminds you that you are powerful. So powerful. And it doesn't have to be the need to control your environment outside of you. In fact, most of the time, that's when you're going to discover that you are quite powerless. And that your power ultimately is within you, and what you are creating and cultivating within you and for yourself. 404 speaks of new beginnings, closures, and spiritual growth. Wow. What more is there to say to that as we come into this new clean slate, this fresh beginning of this new year? Definitely also closing out certain timelines of last year where you've come to new realizations and gained wisdom and had experiences that have now empowered you into a broader, a more Pegasus perspective, as I say, right? And allowed you to make a more informed decision, a more aligned decision moving forward. And that is ultimately, again, what is allowing you to let go of these things, is because you let things in that needed to come in so that you can now let yourself move forward in a way that is more aligned. Well, yeah, more aligned for you. 404 speaks of dreams and desires being necessary to create and living an amazing life. Dreams and desires are necessary to create and live an amazing life. You've got to dream, goddess. You've got to let yourself want, and I'm using air quotes here, want for something. Now remember, back to the whole was it lack talk and back talk. Wanting, first you acknowledge that, ooh, I would like to have that. But then there's that process of shifting into, oh, I've already got that, right? They're two entirely different points of attraction. So once you've got to determine that, yes, you want these certain things, and that's what you've been working toward, right? That's why now you've been working so hard. You want these things so bad. And you have been controlling so much, and that's what's been blocking things from coming in. That's why, again, now you're being asked to just put it on cruise control and enjoy the ride. And even ponder in those spaces of what life is like for you when you are living this joyous life that you have been working so hard toward. 404 comes in to remind you that you are worthy. It's connected with our solar plexus chakra, your soul spot. 404 speaks of karmic debt to be paid to you with significant change. So those that may actually have been indebted to you, or things indebted to you that were wronged by you, so to speak, you've done the healing that brought that about within you. And now, again, you're in this space because you've worked so hard, and you did take advantage of this time of stagnation where you were, again, practicing the pivot, focusing on where your power is, focusing on what you could be doing. And now, again, you are on cruise control. Things are going to be so much better as long as you continue to allow them. And that's the key, Goddess. You are the facilitator. You are the allower. You are the one that either resists your reality or surrenders to your reality, to your experience, to your power. And that is our wonderful, exciting, all new New Year's January Super Sign Sunday Divine Feminine Energy Reading and Empowerment message. And with that, I say to you, if you are looking for some support, some guidance, your own reading, your own clarity specific to you, by all means, I am here for you. You can book you a session at iamempowered.as.me. And other than that, I am always here to remind you, Goddess, that the power's in your hands, honey. It is all in your hands, because that power to create your life, the power to surrender, the power to allow for an amazing experience, for an amazing ride that you can enjoy. That power is in your hands, Goddess, because that power has always, always been inside you. Namaste.